Good morning. Here's what you need to know. Dolores O'Riordan, the lead singer of the Irish alternative rock group the Cranberries, has died in London at age 46. Her death is being treated as unexplained, the police said. Fans offered tributes on social media. "She was part of my DNA, the soundtrack to my life," one wrote. Miss O'Riordan's vocal stylings, which showed a Celtic influence, were central to the group's appeal. She was the sole writer of the noisy, Angry Zombie, a response to an Irish Republican Army terrorist bombing in 1993. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for two suicide bombings in Baghdad on Monday morning that shattered Iraq's growing sense of security and hope. More than 24 people were killed. Security officials have cast suspicion on Islamic State sleeper cells. Continue reading the main story. Advertisement. Continue reading the main story. Separately in neighboring Syria, Turkey's president vowed to strangle a proposed American-trained force that could put thousands of Kurdish militia fighters near its southern border. On Martin Luther King's birthday, Americans reflected on the legacy of the civil rights leader. In interviews, Black Americans, including two of Dr. King's children, expressed frustration and disappointment about the direction of the United States in President Trump's first year in office. "I've been involved in the civil rights movement since my college days, and I'm not sure I've ever been more confused than I am right now," one 94-year-old activist said. In Riyadh, the Saudi capital, the planned reopening next month of a luxury hotel is signaling that mass arrests tied to what the authorities have called a crackdown on corruption are winding down. The hotel had served as a posh prison for princes and business executives. A film on Emoji, our critics' review was harsh, was among the first to be screened publicly in the ultra-conservative Islamic kingdom after the government ended a decades-old ban on cinemas last month. Meet Nicelanget. She started a program in Kenya that is creating a new rite of passage to replace female genital cutting. In 7 years, she has helped 50,000 girls avoid the agonizing and controversial ritual. Her work mirrors national and global trends. Rates of female genital cutting worldwide have fallen 14% in the last 30 years. Alexa, Google Assistant and other voice-based virtual assistants are everywhere. But what are we doing with them? Many people use assistants for just basic tasks, like getting the weather forecast or music. It's still a long way from the digital home envisioned by their makers. The Airbus A380, the world's largest passenger aircraft, may no longer be manufactured if its only major buyer, Emirates, does not order anymore. Greek lawmakers approved new austerity measures demanded by international creditors, including cuts to some family benefits and restrictions on trade unions. The collapse of Carillion, Britain's second-largest construction firm, has raised questions about the outsourcing of public services to private companies. 2019 might become the year a Chinese car maker will enter the U.S. market, possibly in partnership with Fiat Chrysler. Here's a snapshot of global markets.